You cannot and should not save people from the consequences of their own action, because what you're really doing here is delaying their healing, and you're enabling an unhealthy pattern. And this is heavily a message geared toward people pleasers, as it becomes a chronic part of our personality to try and help people feel better or regulate the room and be super energetically attuned. But especially when it's a relationship that you're dealing with on a very personal level, you cannot continue to let somebody hurt you, to take advantage of you, or to simply keep your presence in their life, and they are taking more than they're giving, stepping on your boundaries or making you feel like you can't have any. This can happen with family, friends, partner, and the longer it goes on, the deeper that rooting goes, where you feel like you are unable to switch the dynamic. You know when you're being taken advantage of. You know when you're in a situation that's not meant for you anymore, when you have outgrown it. If you have went your separate ways, or someone did something that is really unforgivable, or continuously siphoning energy, resources, space holding, treating you negatively. It's not your job to hold endless space for that. It's not your job to make excuses for people. It is your job to do what feels most right and most truthful to you, and not continuously self-sacrifice or make excuses for other people so they don't have to feel the weight of their own actions. But it is the weight of their own actions that is what will heal them. Some people cannot just learn theoretically or even through others. They have to directly experience it for themselves. So let that weight be powerful. Let that weight hit them exactly as it needs to, so they can undo this unconsciousness, these unconscious behaviors, narcissistic behaviors, or being unwilling to see the impact that they're having on other people. When you enable a behavior and you don't nip it in the butt, confront it as it is, set the boundary and actually leave or remove yourself from these people's lives, or rather remove them from yours, you're opening yourself to receive that same sort of abuse over and over and over again, and you're opening up the rest of the world to it as well, because they're going to continue on not learning. They never receive consequences for their actions. And even though you don't want to hurt them, it's not you to decide that. And if they're trying to be a victim and project what they should be taking accountability for onto you, that again is not your problem. Your job is to have discernment, to see through that for what it is, to trust yourself. This is why your inner trust is so important here, to not let yourself be trampled over. You're doing a great service to the world by simply not getting in the way, because the dominoes are going to fall, the house of cards is going to fall, and it's not up to you to be sweating and trying to put it all back together again. It is just an unnatural force. Even if you say no more and you cut off the supply and they make you feel like you are evil, they just do not have the emotional maturity to be able to take accountability and see what they were doing. They cannot see. Their mind will not let them see how much energy they are sucking, how much they are overstepping your boundaries. Everybody's psyche is making themselves feel better, making themselves feel acceptable to do what they need to do. So yes, this is a person that's suffering and cannot find safety within themselves, and they're looking to you to source something and overstepping your boundaries, overstepping your needs, because they are feeling lack and feeling like they need to take something, even if this is, and mostly this is subconscious. So their conscious mind, their logical mind will come up with whatever reasons to villainize you. But just know that you are doing the holiest of services to just let them feel the impact of their actions. The whole world thanks you. And I know everybody who has experienced harm at the hands of these people who have went on to hurt others because no one has held them accountable can say the same, that they're so grateful for those of us who are doing the work to be courageous enough and have enough self-trust to be like, screw this. You don't have to stay in someone's life so they can keep using and abusing you. I know it can feel like you are abandoning someone, abandoning your own child when you've been providing something to someone for so long and seeing where they struggle to get that on their own. And you're made to feel responsible, and you're taking over responsibility and feeling like you have to hold everything up. But you do not. You do not. That is their karma, and there's only so much that you can do for somebody before it becomes self-sacrificing. And on a soul level, they don't want that either, because we are all one, and what is harmful for one is harmful for another, even if they are not consciously aware of that. Alright, I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys so much for listening. I will just trust that transmission as it came through. Of course, inspired by my own life as well. But we're just by a river here, and we are calling back our power, calling things as they are, letting people experience the consequences of their own actions, even if we're villainized for it, and knowing that we are doing the world the service of being honest and truthful. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for doing what's best for you. What's best for you is what's best for them on the deepest level. I love you so much. I will see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this resonated.